Hi everyone, I'm Dave Giancola, joined again by Mike Trossel, and thank you for joining us for a champion's journey. Well, by the time the 2002 U.S. Open came to Bethpage Black out on Long Island, the golf world was already fully immersed in the Tiger Woods era of dominance.
And he'd already posted the largest margin of victory in the U.S. Open 2 years earlier at Pebble Beach, not to mention completing the Tiger Slam in 2000 and 2001. And he also had 7 major titles to his credit at only 26 years old.
And although the rainy conditions out on Long Island muddied things up a bit in '02, Tiger was unfazed as he posted a wire-to-wire victory for his second U.S. Open title, this one in front of a raucous crowd in the first U.S. Open played at a daily fee public course.
And David, it was quite a leaderboard that year as Tiger was pushed by challengers Phil Mickelson and Sergio Garcia, but he never allowed the hype to distract him from his ultimate mission. Now here's every televised shot from Tiger's 2002 U.S. Open triumph at Bethpage Black.
Started down the left-hand side, and it's drawing.
That's going to catch the fairway, but it must have been a bad miss hit because his right hand came off the club immediately.
Yes, hit it right off the toe, Roger. Chris DiMarco has already played his second shot, failed to get it out of the rough. What a difficult start. This one is very high and right of the flag.
See how softly he got that to land? How many guys can do that?
Wow. Roger, you've got 4 possibilities for a starting time on a Thursday of a U.S. Open. Now you can tee off the first tee early, the 10th tee early, the 10th tee late, or the 10th tee early. And I think the 10th tee late, which is the one these guys got, is by far the most difficult. This putt should turn just a little to Tiger's left. Pretty quick.
It was always just a little bit left, but he got the score he wanted on the tee. I'll promise you that.
Well, Chris DiMarco told me before he teed off, Roger.
I think it's important for him to get off with his first time hitting the 3-wood, getting it in play, got it in the right side of the fairway where you want it. And I think that has to be very comforting to him.
Just a good 9 for Tiger. It is plenty long.
The #1 player in the world.
A lot of excitement and a lot of people, I'll tell you.
Whole location. Back left, just over that bunker in front of the green, right in front of Woods' visor. Here comes that bird back. He flew right in front of Tiger earlier.
Boy, he took a big cut at that one, Murph. It's just right of the hole. That looked to be maybe an 8-iron.
Well, importantly, it's the right distance on the back shelf. Back to 12 and Tiger. Tiger's been up and taking a look at this putt. Right in the middle of the putt, he stops and takes a swing to get a feel. From the gallery, you know how many putts they've watched today, and you know they thought that ball was going in the hole.
I think he did too, Murph.
And Tiger Woods with the honor at the par 5. Kind of ironic, all 3 players in this group made the same score on the last hole. And I think the way Tiger's driving it right now, if he hits a good one, he'll have a chance to get it on here in 2.
Bit of a blind tee shot. Players cannot see the fairway. Tiger hollowing 4.
And he has hit it well through the fairway down the left-hand side and will need a good break now.
Would have been a break if the people had gotten out of the way. Good news is if he's in the trampled down rough, he may have a chance to get it out of there nicely.
Of course, the danger being out of this tall fescue, even though it looks like it's trampled down, is that the hosel catches, shuts the blade, and throws the ball well left.
And short. Boy, he got a lot of club on this one. I'm telling you, he might have hit that ball 200 yards out of there.
She's what a shot.
What a shot. He took it out, and as you said, put the 5-wood in. Tiger Woods now with 66 yards. And that was a magnificent second shot out of the rough. Boy, was it ever. Really only a couple of players in the field, I think, that could play that shot. Want to pitch the ball far enough. You do not want to stop this 5 or 6 feet short. You'll go backwards. And because he hit it low, the first hop was long, wasn't it? So it didn't quite spin back as he expected.
Just like that.
Reminds me of Tom Watson in his heyday when he was a downhill putt and made it.
And we are now live at the 14th, and Tiger Woods looking for back-to-back birdies. This to get into a tie for the lead at 2 under.
Tiger's got the ball right underneath the hole. Not much break here. He can make this. I guess there's that brow he's coming off of right there.
Just slipped down the left side. What a beautiful read by Tiger Woods, who of course won the Masters and is trying to become the first since Jack Nicklaus 30 years ago to win the first 2 legs of the Grand Slam.
Probably going to play a draw, going draw.
Well, that's what it looks like he was trying to set up to play. Johnny, there was a bunker down the right-hand side of this fairway that was actually removed when they did the renovation.
There is a tee where the gallery stand is, isn't it?
Yes, there is. They could go back another 20 yards or so.
I'd imagine he's going to hit this shot here, folks. A going, snorting 2-iron.
It's a low draw down the left-hand side, and I believe exactly what he wanted, to leave him pretty far back.
15, Tiger Woods ready for his second shot, Mark.
He has left himself 214 yards. He had been playing a 3-wood off this tee and hitting in 7 or 8 iron, but this is going to be a 5 or a 6. Maybe just a hard 6.
Big 6 uphill, huh?
He's been hitting the irons very hard today, Johnny. This one looks good.
Will it stay up?
I think it won't. It's so hard to tell, Johnny. That ridge right there in the middle of the green.
Look at it.
Now it's caught the big slope. It will come all the way back to the front of the green.
It's almost worse when you almost make it because it gets more momentum, right?
That's exactly right. As it picks up, it'll do nothing but pick up more speed as it comes over the ridge. And at 15, Tiger Woods with a wild putt here, Johnny.
Yeah, you know, I talked to the marshals on this hole earlier, and they said the guys that hit it down on the bottom tier like this almost never get it to the hole.
And most miss to the right. Quite a bit of break from left to right as it comes over the ridge.
There's Tiger Woods, not the average guy.
He got it there, and then he put it a little too high.
Is that a tough putt, Gary?
That leaves a very difficult putt, Johnny. It is very quick down the hill and will actually turn to his left.
Yeah.
You can see how small a stroke he is making there, like he's just going to get the ball started. Beautiful touch, tough putt, good 2-putt par for Tiger Woods. Look at this, how his putting at the U.S. Open has improved.
Easy to pull downhill tee shots.
Looks like he's aiming to play a draw, stance slightly closed.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
Necked it, huh?
Well, and he hit it very high, too. It is going to go over the gallery to the right.
well, that is some very thick
man.
fescue out there.
I was surprised with the tee shot there for him hitting the driver, but, you know.
You wonder if breaking the 3-wood on the practice range yesterday didn't affect that decision, maybe.
Back at 16, Tiger Woods second. Just trying to hack it out of that long rough.
Needs to come down, and it does. That is a very good shot, believe it or not, from there.
I can tell you right now, I don't think there's a lot of guys that could have pulled this thing off. Look at this stuff. I call it the dingle dangles, but this is fescue city. Look at, watch coming down. Watch the fescue before the ball club gets onto the ball. Look at what's going on. The explosion that this guy's able to produce. And you can hurt yourself on that. You see him let go of the club with the right hand, but that's one of the big advantages that Tiger has. Is
Shot of about 72 yards. A little bit of wind in his face right now.
Only about 4 paces of green over that bunker. Brings it in the rough, gets it to jump out, and he'll have a makeable putt for par. Tell by his reaction, he knew he had missed that as soon as he hit it. Mark, we heard a scream there. Was that?
So we'll see if he uses his advantage wisely. How high, Mark?
About twice as high as Chris DeMarco's, but it's pulled just a little left.
The one thing about when you try to hit it high, you don't lead as far down into the ball.
For birdie, we go up to 17.
And Tiger Woods employing the fairway metal from just in the rough there. Second shot at this par 3.
Doesn't like it.
Wow, early toss to his caddy, Steve Williams.
Well, that's one of the first times he used his 3-wood, his new shafted 3-wood.
Oh, saw a lot of those made at Pebble Beach a couple of years ago when he won by 15 shots. Par savers, huge in this championship.
It started just a little right, and it's heading even further right.
Got ahead of it. He dipped down a little on just the top of his backswing. He dipped the head down about 5 inches, and that blocked him out to the right. Still a tough one to play uphill to this front right hole location, even if the lie's good. Could come out a little juicy, Mark.
I think he has to forget about the hole location, just play to the green, but look at this.
Oh, what a shot.
Yowzer. He says, no problem.
Woods with a great way to finish his opening 9 in this U.S. Open Championship. Moves to 2 under into a tie for the lead, out in 33. And remember, the front 9 is playing almost 1 stroke easier than the back. Crowds here have just been almost claustrophobic to these players. I mean, they are numerous and deep.
Well, see, high fade is the shot. Let's see, hit it right over this tree here. Right there.
He started it at the tree, Johnny, but turned it a little left.
Well, I don't know what he's complaining about.
I think he thought he hit it a little further than that, actually. Looks pretty good now, though.
That's sort of serendipitous there.
Yeah, he knows he got away with something there.
Another good spot, left-hand side of the fairway for Woods, just 128 yards.
See if he can get it to the hole, Mark, or leaves it short.
I believe this one is definitely to the hole.
And then some.
And then some is correct, and that's not going to be a very good spot there.
That's a little slick coming back and in the thick rough. Back to the first, and Ralph, you had a chance to look at this lie?
Well, I had a chance to look for the ball. It took me nearly 30 seconds to find it. It is a terrible lie.
Oh. This is basically just a sand shot. You just try to open the face, hit about an inch behind it, and have the guts enough to hit a bunker shot here. It'll come right on out, nice and soft. Maybe too soft. That was a very difficult shot, but that's just the opposite lie he got on the second shot at 18.
I mean, you can say all you want for all the great parts of his game, but this club right here is the reason why he's done what he's done since he's turned pro. I mean, he's phenomenal in a lot of areas, but he's an incredible putter.
Got it again, another par saver for Woods. Flew the green at the first, got a very deep lie, and is able to save it and remain at 2 under, tied for the lead tonight. Black course at Bethpage State Park, place where there are 5 quality public golf course. And Tiger Woods off the tee at the second.
That is so straight. It might have faded a foot at the very end.
389 yards of dogleg left, and most of the players are laying up.
He's got 137 yards, Murph. I think it's just a good wedge up the hill for Tiger.
If you're going to throw it past the hole and spin it, you do want that to be on the right-hand side of the hole.
I live in Long Island, South Jackson, Florida.
Just about like that, Murph. That's how you play golf. Just such a terrific finish. In my mind, Tiger just gets right to the left side, totally on balance. Right up the hill here. Not a hard putt compared to the others he's made. Well, when he's on, and he's very, very hard to beat.
I would think it's either a good 5 or maybe a small cut 4. The wind is in his face.
Seems to be aiming to the right again, Johnny, and that's where you want to play the ball here.
Yeah, I would think so. He has the high ball to stop it, but
this one is very high and very straight.
And just right of the hole. Well done. Leads the PGA Tour in greens hit in regulation, hitting over 72%.
Over here is a little bit in play for him. He wants to take it up the right side there and over that bunker, and he can go at this green or just right of the green. That's what he's been aiming, just right of the green in 2. And that's a very important tee shot, and he lands it. He couldn't hit it any better. That was excellent. I don't know if Tiger, if there's any guy that could pull this off, it's Tiger. He could put a Sky King swing on it and stop it.
Probably just a 6-iron, Johnny, I would think.
Here's the aiming point. Right at that tower. See if he pulls it by accident. Maybe be a hero by accident.
He pulled it just a little.
There's that shot we've been talking about all day, and it's called Adios, Adieu, Buenas Noches, but not bad.
And he knows it.
And Tiger Woods is third from that mown down area behind the green, Mark.
He's got a fairly lofted club, so he's going to carry it well up onto the green.
I don't think it's that hard a shot, do you?
No, he's got plenty of green to work with. Better than being in the front bunker, I think.
He's actually chipping to uphill from here. Once he gets on the green, it'll be level the first part, and at the hole it starts going uphill, so it should check. But that was pretty low, Mark, for him.
I would have thought he'd have taken it in a little higher, but
he didn't like that one at all.
He wanted to leave it short of the hole, if anything. Probably the toughest 9-footer he could have left himself on this green. It's going to break hard to the right, very quick.
There's 2 of those today, huh?
You would have thought gravity might take that one in.
He is not happy about that 5, I can tell you that.
Just punished his drive off the tee. Was behind the green, certainly within range of getting it up and down for birdie, but settles for par. And
just visually has to just skin it right along the trees. Hole location's right in here, and of course the canopy is right there, so just sort of sneak it right between that 5 on our screen and the trees, and maybe something good will happen. How's that look, Mark?
Well, it's certainly well over the top of the trees. Maybe a little bit left.
and hear how involved this gallery has become.
Coming across the green here. Should move just a little bit. Falling right at the end.
Tiger Woods on the tee at the 408-yard par 4. Most of the players just trying to hit the ball about 220, maybe 230 yards off the tee. Whole bottlenecks at about 250. There's that low bullet 2-iron right out there about 240 yards. And Tiger with his second.
Just 165 yards.
He was trying to play a little 3/4 shot, hold it on line.
He held it on line. It's a little bit long, though, and that's not going to be very good there.
Setting up, though.
Yeah.
Did he need to do that? I mean, did he need to make that big swing, guys?
Well, he could have played it 2 ways, Johnny. Definitely, he could have bumped it a little bit more, stopped it, you're right, landed it maybe in the fringe, but he chose to carry it. And he was playing so much break that once he carried it a little too far, it was never coming back.
You think this is a ball out or 2 balls out?
I think so, John. Just depends a little bit on the speed, how firmly he wants to hit it. Got it well off the hole.
And well past the hole. This one is not easy either.
I think he overplayed the break on the pitch shot and the putt, huh?
OB5 at number 6. Tiger Woods back to 2 under par and tied for the lead with Sergio Garcia. 24 putts through 15 holes.
confusion and still able to explode it around the turn.
Tiger now just 168.
Oh, the wind was that way.
And the wind is blowing it to the left, as he said, and that is a bad miss.
Good job with the wind there.
So the last 2 holes from fairly short distances, Tiger has failed to put the ball on the putting surface.
So a miscue, and Tiger's in the bunker. Tiger set to go. Ranks third in sand saves. That a mistake. Caught it heavy.
Of course, he's made a couple of bogeys.
And this not an easy
He doesn't
putt.
get this one in.
But just like that,
Like Roger said, he is relentless.
That's willpower, gentlemen.
Tiger on the tee.
223 yards. Tough to get the ball back to the hole today. This one is very high, just right of the flag. Short.
Mark, you mentioned Tiger with a handkerchief. Earlier last week, he was struggling with his health. Actually took a couple days off from his preparations. He wasn't feeling well. Stayed in bed the whole day. Looks like Woods will remain tied for the lead here with Garcia heading off to the 9th. His finishing hole.
Backing off. You almost wonder if he's a little uncomfortable. I don't know if this is a hole he normally hit driver on. I would think he'd have the firepower to carry a 3-wood up on top some 260 yards. Tell you, that carried about 300 yards, Roger. If I drive like that, I'd break my 3-wood too.
This one he may go up in the air, though. Very lofted club. Hung it just a little bit out to the right, but should be pretty good distance.
It is. Mark carries right about hole high and just spins back a little bit. Leave a very makeable putt, about 15 feet. He hasn't missed much. He has real good eyesight, too. Good putting stroke, too. It's a great combination. He also has the lead in the first round of the 102nd United States Open Championship. Tiger Woods, 3 under par, 67.
Like Tiger Woods, as usual, the pre-championship hype was intense, but you came out, delivered a fabulous opening round 67. You must be pleased with that.
Very happy. I just hung in there, grinded my way around all day, and this golf course is playing really difficult, and I tried to stay out of trouble as much as I possibly could. When I did put myself in trouble, just hack it out and try to make par the old-fashioned way.
Even though it's early in the championship, how important is it to make a putt like you just made on the last hole?
It's always nice to end on a birdie. There's no doubt about that. I don't care how bad a day you had or how good a day you had. For some reason, you can end on a birdie, you sleep that much better.
When you get into one of these streaks where you seem to hole a lot of putts, is there one key point that you can put your finger on that gets you into that kind of a streak where you seem to hole a lot of putts?
You know, the whole idea with putting is just getting comfortable, and from there going ahead and trusting your feel. And I was kind of struggling with my putting all week actually, and on the putting green and the practice rounds. But I just kind of worked at it, and day by day, it progressively got a little bit better. And today was the best it's been all week.
It was really good. Describe the interchange you had with your 3-wood on the 7th tee. We documented the fact that you broke the shaft in it yesterday. What happened there on the 7th tee?
For some reason, something's still rattling inside the head, and I thought I had it fixed twice yesterday, and I picked it up there. I was going to hit it, and I put it down, took one practice swing, and I heard something rattle, and I shook it, and must be some kind of loose epoxy inside the head, but I wasn't going to take a chance with the 3-wood. Didn't want to hit driver there, I should tell you that, but I went ahead and hit a nice little soft armsy shot, and went out there in the fairway okay.
What are you going to do about the 3-wood now?
Well, I have a backup I brought with me, and I'll probably put that in play.
In retrospect, had the head not been a little bit loose or the epoxy loose, would you have hit the 3-wood off the 9th tee, or would you hit the driver anyway there?
On 9, I've hit driver every day in the practice rounds. It just, for some reason, it sits up ball to my eye, and I just go ahead and just rip it out there.
You got a quick turnaround now before you tee off tomorrow. Anything that you'll be thinking of before tomorrow morning?
No, just try and get as much rest as possible. Make sure I get a good, nice rest, and tomorrow come out there with hopefully the same patience, the same game plan, and go out there and give it my best.
All right, great start.
Yeah, thanks, Mark.
Are here in earnest, and they came out to see Tiger Woods, who had a one-shot lead to start the day. First hole, second shot, knocked it to 4 feet, and made birdie. So Woods opened right away to extend the one-shot lead to 2. Tiger's starting on the front, the easier 9 of the 2 yesterday. This is the second shot at the par 4 second hole. Almost get the sense early. Tiger Woods sensing a moment. Birdie, start. He parred the 3rd. Something was wrong. Then he got back to normal and birdied the 4th. 3 under through his first 4 holes. And Tiger Woods, a 4-shot lead. He's made pars ever since. He is bunkered at the 8th. Second shot.
Ball is plugged. Good news is he has some green to work with, but you can see he can't spin the ball at all.
So Woods in danger of his first misstep of the day, but Tiger Woods has a 4-shot lead. Andy North is with Tiger right now at 8.
Thank you, Mike. Good morning. Tiger has run his ball just into the fringe, about 22 feet from the hole, chipping for par. So he made some great saves yesterday, but I think right now he'd like to hit a great shot, but just don't make anything more than 4.
So Woods will drop a shot for the first time today, and you can hear and see that the weather will be topic 1A for all of the players today.
Absolutely, it's significant. He's the one name that they wouldn't want to see there. They know how he closes. They know how he is when he's out in front, and they know the conditions favor Tiger.
That is bogey putt at the 7th, so he makes a 4 at the par 3. First dropped shot of the day, and now he is 3 ahead of Sergio Garcia.
Yesterday hit it within about 110 yards of the hole.
You could especially like this hole if you knew you could carry it up over all the trouble.
It does make it a little easier, doesn't it?
It was a wonderful drive he hit here to led to his birdie yesterday. They like it at the tee.
Heard his reaction. It is in the right rough.
Got a little bit heavy. You could hear that one.
Will find the bunker.
Tiger Woods with a very, very difficult line. He's got to pick the club straight up in the air. The line is not good. Fabulous shot.
Are you guys at all shocked that he didn't have Darren Clarke mark his ball immediately in front of the hole?
Well, I think he was looking for some help, guys.
Well, Andy, this from what, 10, 12 feet?
It's a good 12 feet, Gary. One thing about Tiger, the better the greens, the better he puts. And as we know, the major championships usually have the best, fastest, truest greens. I think this is really a big putt for his mental state right now.
Should move ever so slightly to his right. Yet another one.
Do you think he's in the zone?
Talk of fairways hit. Tiger hit 11 of 14 yesterday, 5 of 7 on the front 9 today.
The 3 fairways he missed yesterday, he made birdies on 2 of those holes, which absolutely no one else did.
Well, I don't think there's much question that this is a good one.
Yeah, that's right down the heart, Rod.
A little right of the hole and more toward the center of the green. He knows 4 is a wonderful score here. If he hits a draw and gets it close, fine. but I think he hit a little right of the hole here. Well, he doesn't like it, so we'll never know. I said he catches the same bunker Darren Clark is in, but a good lie. And lots of green to work with. It's a place he can play from. Well, this is where Tiger is so tough. Today hit the first 7 greens, having a little tough spell, which everyone's going to have. Has missed the last 3 greens, but he hangs in so well. He uses that term so often. And that one you could hear he got a little heavy, and that was probably because of the groove from the tooth of the rake that Andy North alluded to.
So Woods, for the second time in 3 holes, will drop a shot. 4-stroke lead earlier, now leads by 2, and he has that oft-talked-about 3-wood this week as he reaches 11-2.
The wind is starting to blow a little bit. It's now coming pretty hard from left to right. Hardest it's been all day.
He seems to like it. Why wouldn't he? Right in the center of the fairway.
Left of the hole, let the breeze take it back in toward the flagstick.
Set up left of the hole at that TV tower behind the green. Tries to hang on, get the ball to drift to the right. If not, safe side miss, but that's going to gather down that false front in the front of this green, and he's going to have some work left. That's not an easy place to play from. You have to come over a pretty good ridge.
Previewing this Open, it was said 1 through 6 is where you can get it. 7 through 12, you have to hang on. Tiger 3 under through the first 6.
At the right side, but about 263 to get to the fairway over the center of those bunkers. Or that bunker, I should say. It is only one bunker.
What breeze there is it back. He's taking this way left. It's got to go.
That'll find the fescue. I would think into the center of the green. If he could get it there, it would be welcome. He's going to the right, so it must be going somewhere at the hole. Come on. What a golf shot.
Everybody's yelling rally, Captain, if you hear it.
Just a shade too much speed.
Specific putts, just the experience, we hope. Woods for par. Check on Tiger at the par 5, 13th.
With the helping wind, I believe he could get there too, even as wet as it is.
Staring at it. Catches the right rough, and he'll not get there now.
So John Daly in the bunker in 2, par 5, in the rough.
first balls we've seen in the rough, we can actually see the ball.
Go.
Go.
Wrong spot.
It'll come right back down. Well, if it hadn't skidded as much as it did, it probably would be right on top of the hole and very close to in the bottom. Rain drops off the bill of the cap. Aggravating. So much that can distract you in rain and these types of conditions. He knew he lost it.
See, I'm telling you, that gets old. He's had about enough of that, I'm sure. I'm off the middle of your hat again.
It just breaks your rhythm. I mean, that's something you never do normally. A little bit left of the hole. Bang on the spin. Safe shot. Pars are good in U.S. Opens.
Tiger Woods, who is under par on each of his first 3 9s thus far. And at the 14th, Woods for birdie.
Putt coming back down the hills has going to have some speed to it, even as wet as the screen is. Yesterday we saw Tiger making all his putts there from 8 and 10 and 12 feet. Today he's just a bit further away. Still a good birdie opportunity.
Get in the hole! 8-2 here yesterday. Slides by today.
Gary, this is a hole that Tiger was practicing with 3-wood during the practice rounds.
On the right-hand side.
This ball's headed to the right rough.
There's some very deep rough there, and with the second shot being so much uphill, Tiger will have a very tough time to reach the green at 2. Almost expected to find the front bunker. It's a very deep bunker, some 8 or 10 feet below the level of the green. Not an easy shot from there.
Really careful with the long spin.
Carry this ball a long way, doesn't he?
Yes. Roger's got to carry it probably some 25, 30 yards to get it up on top of the ridge that runs through the green. Should come back. Really come back too much. As Andy Norris said, severe slope there, but it'll leave a nice uphill putt. Not a lot of break here, pretty much straight up the hill. Yes, there's another one.
That's an impressive up and down. Lots of bad things could have happened from that bunker.
Well, Roger, we've seen players chunk it from there, leave it on the front of the green. I've seen a couple of players blade it over the green into the grandstand. I've seen very few get it up and down from there.
This hole, really important to put the ball in the fairway.
tee and the walk generally assigned with Tiger Woods, and all is good. And it is right down the middle. As we take a look back at the tee box here sitting some 60 feet above the fairway. Tiger Woods now, as you see, 174 yards. Andy?
One of the problems when you hit it about 3 or 4 holes is how to get your swing and calm down to hit just a normal shot again. He's headed to the right of the hole, middle of the green.
Very nice. So Woods safely there, just to the right of the flagstick. Tiger with a bogey here yesterday when he played the back nine as his opening nine.
Spends in that tall grass when he hits these kinds of shots. Of course, that's a key to his success, I think. I'll tell you what. Oh, man. How good is that, Andy? That is nothing short of miraculous. Really it is. That is brilliant to be able to play that kind of shot with that kind of touch from a downhill lie in grass that wet and deep.
Story of his second nine. As he did at 11 and 15. Save here at the 17th.
From that point on, when things haven't gone as well for him.
He shows great courage all the time out here. He just never, ever gives in. And I think that's today's the kind of day it's easy to give in. Just trying to find the fairway here.
Fairway found.
Iron for placement.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised with things up here 10, 12 feet from the hole, just left of it, and knocks in and makes 3.
Spin back. Oh, slightly. But certainly a makeable birdie putt.
Closed with a birdie 3 at the 9th yesterday. Now we'll just watch if he can do it for a second straight day. He currently leads by 4. He's one of 2 men under par. 135 the total, 1 shy of the 36-hole scoring record at the U.S. Open.
Tiger, when you woke up this morning and saw the miserable weather, how important was the great start you got off to?
You couldn't have asked for a better start. I didn't hit a very good tee shot off the first hole, but I drew a great lie and somehow managed to get it up there, and then made a putt and burned the first couple holes. It's always great, especially in an open.
You played exceptionally well the first 7, and then there's a stretch of the golf course that not only gets more difficult, but you struggle a little bit to get the ball where you wanted it.
Oh, this golf course is playing brutal, and if you make one mistake here and there, and it just adds up, and you're going to pay a price. And unfortunately, I paid a price a little bit, and I didn't hit the shots that I needed to hit, and consequently, I made some bogeys.
How important was that par putt at 9 after the bunker shot that was almost impossible?
Well, I didn't very good break going into the bunker, but then I hit a great bunker shot just to give myself a legitimate chance of making par. And I just focused so hard on making par there that I figured with 10, 11, 12 coming up, I need to make that putt somehow, and I don't know, somehow that ball found the bottom.
Another big save at 15, and then it looked like you started getting your swing back in time, and you hit a lot of solid shots coming in.
I did hit a lot of good shots coming in, and it's always nice when you make those big par putts. You know, those big par putts they feel a lot better than making a birdie. You don't ever want to drop a shot, and I was able to do that today somehow.
Great playing, off to a terrific start.
Right, thanks, Andy.
Great focus.
This is a rocket going down the left side of the fairway.
Well, sitting up, that's the one thing he's been doing all week. He has been getting the best lies in the rough of any player we've seen.
This is a pitching match. This ball right of the hole at the center of the green.
Good shape, considering that was coming out of the rough.
About a 35-footer will move to his left all the way, slightly downhill.
For Tiger after birdieing the first 2 holes yesterday and birdieing 3 of the first 4 in his second round. So he remains at 5 under.
This ball turning left and flirting with the trees on the left side.
Well, he got that tree we were referring to, and that probably won't be very good.
That went through most of the tree, though, didn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't a hard smack, was it?
The hole's only cut on the green 4 paces. Maybe hard to stop it near the hole. This looks up in the center of the green.
Of course, it had no spin on it coming out of the rough, so he's left himself a very long putt.
Get in the hole.
Just as we thought, Tiger started it just a little left of where he wished.
Including a man talking about it.
That's right. Shoot, I get applauded just walking up the steps to my tower.
You love it here.
Tiger for par. So again, Tiger comes out with a par from the rough.
Jeff Maggart tapped in for his birdie at the 4th.
this is a 6-iron for Tiger. Ball hit very high, just a little left of the hole. Very safe shot. Tiger Woods off to a good start yet again. Judged putt. Tiger was saying in his interview yesterday that he thought the greens were very tricky, very difficult to read, but he's handled them well.
It's a bad lie. So he's setting it back in his stance, see inside his left heel, play a draw probably.
As the ball starts down the right, Johnny, it's not turning.
See what kind of lie he comes up with here. It's going into the trees. And that could be in those fescues. He has not paid the price for one bad shot I've seen this week. Really paid the price. And it'd be interesting to see if he goes from the strip of fescue that's right there.
I don't think he'd have been chipping, Johnny. I think he'd have been hacking. Is that over that bunker?
Oh, it's going to drop into rough. Can't tell exactly from there if it got into the primary.
I think he hit that farther than he thought he would, Roger.
Just on the edge.
Yeah, that's not a problem. He can pull us off.
It's hit it very, very high.
Surprising there. That grabbed it slowed the club face. I guess the minute he hit the ball, it hit into that primary and just stopped the club and took off 3 or 4 yards on him.
Out to the hole. I just.
What's the mindset? In or just close?
Well, he'll be happy with close, but in is a possibility.
It is going away from him. I'm sure he knows that, but it's a little quicker than you might first look at.
Another beauty. So after Tiger's adventure up the spectacular par 5, it's going to be another par for Tiger. 4 in a row to start this.
Broke his 3-wood earlier in the week.
Hit this one pretty good for a backup.
And Tiger Woods maybe technically will not hit his first fairway, but should have a much cleaner strike at that than he's had previously.
Bethpage is even tougher.
Tiger coming up to the 5th green.
This is a 6-iron from 195 yards.
Made it by an inch.
Start on his way.
Tiger's 3rd to the par 4 5th.
I thought he hit that very quickly, John. Yeah, he just kind of got up and didn't give it much of a look, and I think he played a little bit out of his normal pace.
So for the first time, we'll see Tiger really tested on a par.
See if you can knock this putt, knock it down. Been making them all week.
Get in the hole! Get in the hole!
Well, that's going to give a lot of the guys in the field just a little sigh like, well, Mr. Woods.
Tiger on the tee at 6. Just trying to take an iron, ideal tee shot down the fairway about 240 yards. And that is perfectly placed. Right center of the fairway. He'll have a good look at the green that sits about 20 feet below the level of the fairway.
Ball hit very, very high, left of the hole. Good shot.
First hole that he's really been able to attack after finding the short grass in the fairway. To the 6th.
Just a moment ago, the birdie putt for Tiger Woods.
has some pitch to it.
And back on the tee at 7, Tiger, Roger.
It's a 3-wood, hit solid.
Right in the fairway. You do not want to miss this golf shot to the left. It's such a severe slope there.
This is a 4-iron. Ball starts at the center of the green and is turning. This is a pretty looking golf shot.
Landed every bit of a foot from the golf hole. That is precision.
I don't think it'll do much, but it may turn a little left at the hole.
That's exactly right. Little confusion in the read there for Tiger. He definitely started that left inside, Roger.
So it's 3 feet?
Not quite, 2.5.
Excellent camera angle from behind Tiger. Shows the control of the putter. Just a misread, that's all.
And it's been somewhat of a tough position to be in. 36-hole leaders.
Yeah, that's it. I saw Stuart Appleby hit it in the left bulrushes this morning.
This starts left, at the very left edge of the green.
And he misses this green.
Once it gets going that way, it exits right. It doesn't stop real fast, Roger.
That's every bit of 9 feet, 10 feet left.
Maybe that will provide a little bit of a spark for Tiger. Good save from that side of the green, playing that delicate chip.
He looks so good over his putts from that distance. It just doesn't look like he can miss.
On the tee is Tiger Woods with a 3-wood.
Well, that's not been his play throughout the week. This ball started way right. It's trying to draw back, but he's hit driver here throughout the championship.
Ends up in the fairway, so not hit the way he wanted, but the second shot now playing uphill from down in this low.
155 to the hole. 9-iron.
150 carry to the front edge of the green. Hole cut just 5 paces on. A little deep, and Roger, I just can't imagine why he wouldn't hit driver. Earlier in the week, he had said the hole fit his eye nicely. He'd been hitting driver. He'd driven the ball down there a mile in the fairway both times, had just short shots in.
It's a little deeper into the green, but I think it should still wiggle a little right, Gary. Slightly downhill from here.
As much as he thought. So Tiger Woods will tap in for par. We'll play the front 9 in 8 pars and a bogey. 36.
Small driving area, just right between right here. Anything outside that's rough. Watching it, that's a great sign. Means he striked it.
Just blasts it down that chute in great shape.
This ball starts right of the hole, the right side of the green. No draw at all there, John.
Way long, full club long, Roger.
starting to get a little bit frustrated with his comments about the shots, you can tell.
It's a good-looking putt.
Might move a little bit to his right. Padraig Harrington has already missed his birdie putt.
Has not three-putted a green this week. It's quite a feat on 7,000 square foot greens.
And still hasn't. Woods remains at 4 under, 5 clear. And here is Tiger at the tee at 11, 435 yards.
Going with that steel shafted Nettlewood 3-wood.
Good ball. Give me a lie. You got a good ball.
I thought it was in the rough, but it's actually in the fairway. He says, give me a lie. 158 yards. Might be playing a little trap draw, but is it coming back?
Boy, it looks good. If it gets up, no, it's going to draw back off.
The fate of Mini at 11.
That was hit mighty hard. He actually chipped it up across most of that false front game.
He's surprised he didn't hit the 3-wood there. He usually does. Well, you better read it right.
In the hole! Yeah!
Let's see, if it had hit that harder, it would have gone in every time, but that thing just died straight left when it just lost its speed.
Mickelson charging and Garcia charging a little bit. He just does not have the same game he's had on Thursday and Friday. +2 on his round today.
Sergio set to go now.
He's got 72 yards, Murph. I believe he'll try and fly it past the pin. Bring it back.
Just watch Billy Mayfair's ball back all the way off the green. Tender now, slow. Very well played. Maggart's ball, I'm sorry.
Well, this ball not drawing much, but it looks to be on a pretty good line.
Hammered right in the left side of the fairway. That's a beauty.
This is an 8 iron. A little bit of wind at his back. This ball hit very, very high, right at the flagstick.
Very slight miscalculation there.
Just a 152-yard hole.
Tiger's dodging some bullets.
It's like a magnetic field out there that just repels anybody that gets within too close a range.
This is a birdie chance, just like the last hole was. I don't like that follow through.
It's just a little bit right of the flag.
Well, maybe I do like it.
Will work. And Garcia is unable to take advantage. Take that, New York.
Cucaracha.
15 as Garcia taps in for an easy birdie too at 14.
He's doing that just in case if Maggart misses, he won't be putting through fresh footprints.
New York likes a winner, don't they? Now they're seeming like they're behind Garcia after he's had his issues with this gallery all week long.
Well, and you talk about loud. That's the reception that Tiger got here. He's for birdie now up the hill.
What does this do, Murph?
It works a little to the left, up at the top.
Yeah, Roger Maltby, just not quite on today, is he?
Well, no, he just hasn't been able to get unclogged, I guess if that'd be the right word. He just hadn't got going. Well, this is a good-looking tee shot going down the center of the fairway.
And it is fairway.
Mickelson's birdie putt, huge swing to the right. Oh, it looks good. It looks good. Yes! What a great putt. Mickelson now to even par. What a comeback for him after a horrible start. A couple of early bogeys.
Great opportunity here.
Great opportunity. You just do not want to miss this to the right. A lot of room on the left.
This ball hit very high, left of the hole.
Well played. Long curling putt for Eagle. It just may happen. He hadn't made a birdie all day, so.
Go, Tiger. Come on. Get in the hole.
Slow down.
His first three-putt of the championship. Tiger Woods. Roger?
This ball very high and turning left of the hole. Not a particularly good shot, John, really, huh?
Yeah, it's getting better by the minute, but it's surely wasn't one of them that would thrill him. But he can make that.
Woods remains at 3 under, over at 17. Mickelson for birdie.
It's a fast putt. It's looking good.
Rev up this decibel level.
I guarantee you, his hair and his neck is standing straight out. Aiming right here.
Try to take it down the right side with a little draw. And he's done it nicely. That'll find the right side of the fairway.
This ball going to the left side of the green. If the distance is right, it should squirrel right toward the hole.
Well, it is coming, Roger.
that going to stay up, Gary?
Well, it depends on how fast it trickles down there. I think it's going to be very good, Johnny. But not Tiger. There's his first birdie of the day on the most difficult hole on the golf course. And there is some resolve in that face. And look at the reaction throwing the putter down at the bag.
Going right a little. This going a little bit to the right of Harrington's.
Well, it hits softly and stays in the intermediate cut of rough.
16.
Second shot for Woods on the way. Controlled the distance nicely there. Within 20 feet of the hole. Very good position to putt from.
Sergio was 1 under, and so when I bogeyed 18, I think that'll put him in the last group.
Going 18, we'll be right back.
Garcia for his par. And so Garcia in with a 67. That's his lowest U.S. Open round in 3 starts.
Tiger for his birdie at 16. Very little break in this putt. No. He played it well wide.
6 iron, John. Aiming a little left, Roger. I don't know if he's playing a cut. Well, he is playing a little cut, and it is cutting right at the flagstick. That'll do it.
First fist pump from Tiger Woods. Second birdie of the day, and just like that, he's back to even par. It's almost like he kind of toyed around with the field for a while. Let them have their fun, and then produced.
It's very easy to pull the ball on downhill shots.
This ball starts down the left side, now turning, headed for the left rough, I believe.
Well, it's just the way the whole championship's gone for him. He's lipped it in, 1 foot over, and he'd be in the long rough. So he's a happy guy there.
This ball right of the hole.
I think that was by design, Roger. He's happy with that one.
But Tiger Woods will take the lead into another Sunday of a major championship.
Just the left center putt, maybe inside the left edge.
Round of 70 for Tiger Woods. Only player in the field without a round over par. So he takes another lead into a major championship, trying to become the 6th player to win wire to wire with no ties, and the first player to do it twice, as Tiger did it in 2000 at Pebble Beach. So he goes for the 2nd leg of the Grand Slam tomorrow here at Bethpage, having already captured the Masters title. And
Tiger, that was a hard-fought 70. Looked like you never really could get untracked today.
Man, I fought my butt off today. You know, it was a difficult round. I didn't really hit the ball that well, but I just hung around, and you know that's what you got to do. I mean, this is the U.S. Open. This is our national championship, and it's a major championship, and you just got to fight all the way around.
you spread yourself out a little bit at the end with a couple of birdies, but there are more guys that have a chance at you tomorrow.
Yeah, certainly. The golf course was playing a little bit softer today, and with all the rain yesterday, the wind really didn't blow, so the guys could be a little bit more aggressive. The USGA moved up a couple of the tees, and we were able to hit the ball down there a little bit further. Consequently, the guys were just going a little bit lower today.
Have you ever played in front of a more vocal or louder crowd?
No, that's for sure. Not for all 18 holes. No way.
So what would be your expectations for tomorrow in the final round going out with Sergio?
It'll be a tough round for both of us. I think we're going to have to go out there and play hard and be focused and take care of business.
Thank you and good luck to you.
Thanks, Roger.
The U.S. Open. I think it's a good play with the 3-wood. Even if he misses the fairway inside the tree line, he can muscle it out of this rough and get it on the green. Right.
Shot started a little right, John, but it's drawing back toward the center, maybe even the left side of the fairway.
Good shape just behind Garcia. They will be the focus of this crowd for the next 4.5 hours.
See where he's looking.
Ball started at the hole, turning left at the center of the green.
See if it gets up, Raj. That's coming down. And that's not the easiest little two-putt. Did he get it, Raj? Nope, that's what I was talking about. I thought he'd have 3-4 feet, and that's what, 5 or 6 feet, Roger?
Opening bogey for Woods, exactly what the field needed.
Boy, you wouldn't have thought he'd make bogey from the fairway, Roger.
Caught the tree down there just off the turn, he did.
This ball going up the right side and turning. This should be okay. Sergio Garcia's tee shot with an iron has also found the fairway.
Side by side they are.
Might make him be a little more aggressive. He did look a little bit tentative on that first hole. This ball right of the hole.
Balls landing in that portion of the green just do not back up. They sort of skid.
And a great par save for Mickelson at 3.
Ouch.
That was pulled.
That was pulled, and that was not a good start.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to believe. We have never seen this out of Tiger, ever.
So the challenge is on. Tiger needs to challenge himself at this point.
This is a surreal feeling indeed.
Aiming pretty far right, guys.
This ball starts the right side of the green, is drawing slightly, but will still be a little right of the hole.
That's a nice shot. So both Tiger Woods and Sergio Garcia safely on the green at the par 3 third. They've made up strokes on Woods, though. His now lead is 2. speed. A nice safe par, though, for Woods.
He's not going to run out of fairway if he doesn't bite off everything, is he, Raj?
Well, it's a long way to go all the way down the left-hand side and go through the fairway. But
well, I mean the left. I mean, if he doesn't hit it down the left, he could go through the fairway here.
Oh, absolutely. He can down the right side.
He's looking. You can see his eyes are looking right there. Watch him look up one more time. See where he's looking?
Well, he's taking it across this bunker down the left-hand side, but he may be hooking it just a bit too much. No, I think that'll catch the fairway. That is perfect. He almost ran out of fairway on that side.
That's what I was saying. I thought he might run out of fairway even straight away. What a shot. Best drive of the week and a little upslope.
He hasn't hit this green in 2.
Want to miss this green left.
Is this on the upslope so far?
It is. It's on a bit of an upslope, so he's going to be able to get this ball way up in the air.
Yeah, this is a perfect spot for him. Could be make an eagle here if you don't watch out the rest of the field.
This ball right of the hole to the center of the green if it's up.
Short. Did he catch all that, Roger?
He might have got it a little heavy on that uphill slope.
Flash down, Roger.
And that is really a bad spot right there. Downwind, buried. Green going away.
Tiger's third at the par 5 fourth. Not a very good lie at all. Will it hold?
Green's going away from him. Let's see if it hangs up or goes down that slope. Look at this. It's going to be okay. That's a very fine shot by Tiger Woods. Doesn't look like it, but couldn't have a much more difficult shot. Well, he got it there, but boy, I think went sideways, Roger, at the hole.
So Tiger taps in for par, remains at 3 under.
Well, it's not the stinger trap, but this going down the right center of the fairway. That is good there. This is an 8-iron. Hit very high, a little right of the hole. Good shot. I truly believe the wind blew that ball back right at the end, John.
Well, normally he figures out anything he wants to figure, but so far he's been very normal.
Tiger, one of many of the players to comment that these greens aren't as flat as they appear, aren't as flat as they were publicized. There are subtleties to them, and they've been very tricky, especially for a golf course that most of these players saw for the very first time when they arrived here.
Take a look from above. Look how narrow the area that he drove into. I'm surprised he drove it down that far.
I think that hook wind, he got it right in the wind.
Must have, and it probably rolled a little farther than he expected.
Roger, this is a green light special, isn't it?
It is. You should shake this right to left, ride the wind, John. He can spin it left, right toward the hole.
Do you find this is unusual for Tiger, switching clubs, rechecking wind?
Well, the wind is moving around up here, John. Now it feels as though it's from the right and against. It has moved around a little bit today in these hollows and hills of this golf course. It doesn't always come from the same direction. This ball very high, drawing at the flagstick.
That is one of the best shots we've seen today at 6. So Tiger Woods will have an uphill putt for birdie. Good call, Roger. Got it well off the hole. It moved ever so slightly. Tiger with a Little look of bewilderment there, expecting the ball to break more. The lead is still 3 by Tiger Woods over Sergio Garcia and Jeff Maggard in the final round of the 102nd U.S. Open.
Well, you do not want to miss this long and right, Roger. Most difficult chip from over there.
This ball very high, just left of the hole.
Good position, center of the green, just under the hole. Looks real good. It was just about time. Sergio nods. Nice putt.
Good call there, Murph.
And Mickelson coming back down to the 8th. Whoa! Mickelson rolls it in for the answer. So Mickelson back to even.
A little bit of a hook fall through. Maybe a makeup move. Where is it, Roger?
This ball just a little left of the hole at the center of the green. And boy, that carried all the way toward the rear of the green.
Well, that downwind, he just rode the wind, is a good play.
He's now a full handful back of Tiger. He's got to make a move and make it quick.
He has changed clubs to a 7-iron.
Seconds over the ball. 30.
This ball hit very high. It's at the flagstick just left of it. It's up. Oh, what a wonderful shot.
Might be the move that Garcia needs to make. Like Mickelson hoping for a rare birdie at the long par 3. They trudge down toward the green.
This green is one of the quickest on the course, Raj. This one in sneaky number 3.
Ball just didn't move.
Yeah. Got a lot of misreads today. Combination of that wind and strange hole locations. The balls are actually wiggling a little in that wind out on these 14s on the stimp meter, Raj.
Yes, they are. If a gust of wind comes up, it will move the ball, Jim.
Upper left is Mickelson at 9. Tiger saves his par at 8.
Mickelson's ball on the way. And that's going to come up a good 4 or 5 feet short. Dog leg left, fairway slopes left to right, but if you can carry it about 260 or so, you carry it onto the flat. That's just what Tiger did. Back up at the green, Mickelson for his par to remain 4 back. Confident stroke there. Second shot for Tiger. 158. Oh, beautifully played. Kept the trajectory down. It leaves a very quick putt from the back fringe, but a nice shot. awfully good. All right, safely in, 4-shot lead with 9 to go.
You can see the focus in his eyes, the resolve.
A lot of athletes around the world would like to wonder what goes inside that mind. Looking down like he likes it, Raj. That is out there.
That is pummeled.
At the par 3 17th with a 3-iron, Scott Hoch. And it goes 37th ace in Open history and the 3rd this week. 2nd today on the heels of your son's ace earlier, and Shigeki Maruyama turned in the other earlier in the championship.
Yeah, it was a terrific shot. Just looked good all the way.
And it vaults Hoch into a tie for 7th, plus 5 for the championship.
Huge tee shot here. This ball left of the hole at the center of the green. I think we might go to cruise control now, John, huh?
Yeah, pars. Remember at Pebble Beach when he said, I just don't want to make a bogey on the last day. I'm going to just try to make pars. And of course, he went nuts. But I would say right now it's a good call. He's at the point where he's saying a 4-shot lead in the win.
Well, that roar you heard, the result of Mickelson second at 11. So, all right, not so fast, says the birthday boy. And he's back within 3. Tiger back at 10 for birdie.
Not a hard putt, is it?
This is the part of the green you want to putt from, John. Uphill, will move a little bit to his right from about 25 feet.
That one bounced and skidded.
Tiger has his par at the monster 10th. But the lead has been cut to 3 by Mickelson.
Riley Rule! Takes a very hard swing at this 3-wood, Roger.
It's going right, I believe, John.
Yeah, when he makes those hard swings, those are the ones that go right. He can't get the club around to match his body speed. Watch the explosion here as he drives through this rough.
Trying to chase the ball through the opening in the green, and he's got enough club on it to do that.
What a shot.
I can't even begin to tell you how good that is. Not many guys could have played that shot at all.
Well, Tiger, or Roger, you tried to describe Tiger's shot up to the par 5-6 at Pebble Beach a couple of years ago. That 7-iron up the hill 200 yards, and I guess you just got to watch it and appreciate it.
That's just not a fair fight. I mean, when 99% of them can't do that.
That was a very creative shot, Roger.
Tiger has handled missing his first fairway with a par at 11 to 12.
Phil for par. He got a good feel off Maggart's putt as it died. He knew he had to play it inside that edge. He did. That is one terrific par.
Lots of good shots at this Open, but one of 3 aces in this championship. The first of 3 turned in on Friday. On the tee at 14, the par 3 with an 8-iron, Shigeki Maruyama, who got some air and then got the souvenir through the raindrops on Friday. We're getting word, Bob Murphy, that they're about to suspend play, and indeed the horn at just past the 6 o'clock hour local Eastern Standard Time. So Tiger Woods safely in with that par at 11. He's going to have a little time to think about it.
And that definitely means there's lightning in the area. We're very careful with the golf tournaments, and especially with the fans, as we've had 8 of 9 fairways hit today.
Well, this is just perfect. Hammered down the left side of the bunker.
Boy, calling that extra artillery, Kenny Murph, when he needs it.
That is really good after going and sitting like that. Back at 12. Tiger now, Roger.
That's from 185. Had the 6-iron out, went to the 7-iron. Has gone back and gotten the 6. What wind there is, which is negligible, is against the players here. Smooth 6-iron. This just a little right of the hole. Pretty good looking shot.
And the fans here know it's one of the best they've seen all day. We'll collect to the right. There's a little dip over there on the right-hand side. Phil now for birdie.
Having just looked back down the fairway here to see whether or not Tiger had driven. I'm sure he doesn't know that there's been a little delay back there at the 12th green.
Heard Rick Smith say he likes to stay in touch with what's going on. He'd be interested to know if Tiger hit the fairway. Not much in this putt, straight in. That's a big birdie. Puts Phil within 2. Tiger yet to putt for his birdie at 12.
Well, the key issue is he's put it on the proper side of the green, Murph. He's left himself the uphill putt.
Gonna get there. Two-shot lead. Tiger still enjoys. Roger Maltby, he'd love to hit the drive he hit on the last hole.
Yes, he would. Big tee shot. Important to get it in the fairway, obviously. Oh, and he has too. This going down the left side of the fairway, but I believe should be good on that line.
Ooh, got a funny hop, but it's okay. Tiger took it all the way over to the left side of the tee so he could play a little draw. Just nailed it. He has a 2-shot lead.
263 yards to the hole.
Wow.
He likes it. Boy, it's just right of the hole. This is nuked.
So much for the pars.
I'll tell you, that's just terrific. I mean, what a magnificent drive on the last 2 holes, and that shot there.
He's got that look and he's got that strut back.
This could shut the doors, however, for all those who are wishing he does otherwise.
Hard enough. I don't believe it's going to stretch.
Yes, it is. Oh, no, you're right. Boy, I thought it was there.
You still got the good eye, Rod.
I thought it was there. Tap in birdie. Back to 5 under par. Even for the day, 3-shot lead.
Well, this pulled toward the left side of the green. This is well left.
Well, it's certainly not a gimme 2 putt.
Lengthy birdie try. Par is looking very good on the scorecard of 26-year-old Tiger Woods at this point.
This ball 2 down the right center. This is good. It's hammered here for a 3-wood.
Yeah, right behind Garcia's driver.
There's 171 yards, and he selected a 6-iron, and that seems like a lot of club for the distance for him, but I think he's trying to ensure that he gets it on that proper level. It's uphill. This ball at the center of the green.
And well up into the green. It should spin back a little bit. Started off with the 2-3 putts at the first and second holes. Looked like he might give some people a chance, but since then, 2 birdies and the rest pars.
You might have said, I want to shoot even par today, and what do you think he's at right now?
Note. Mickelson misses, drops to 1 under. Tiger, a little tentative. So Woods for his par. Safely in. The lead is 4 with 3 to play. Well, that's well left. That is close to the fescue rough. And okay, well,
that's going to be a tough angle, Gary.
Yes, it is. Very easy for the club to get caught up in the fescue grass trying to come down at the ball.
Yeah, that's not a good spot there at all. He make this putt in birdie 18, then Tiger's going to have to do a little bit of extra work. So that was a fine shot by Phil with that sun setting right on the crest of the hill. That was gorgeous. And Maggart still steady as can be, just getting in the middle of the greens.
This is really a scene, Johnny, I'll tell you.
Boy, that's something else there.
This from 160.
It grabbed it all right.
Grabbed it all right and has turned it left.
Well, he's fortunate the ball gets up into the bunker.
I'm not so sure too many guys could have even hit that shot. Do you, Gary? And
no,
Roger?
I think that was his strength again, being a factor. Get the club down through the fescue grass. of his game he has worked very hard on. He currently ranks 3rd on the tour in sand saves, getting the ball up and down 64% of the time, a big improvement over last year. Got it off the hole.
Big, full, beautiful follow
right
through
at the flagstick.
He just knew it was on. That was a perfectly synchronized swing. Great balance. Fired the right side. Right down the line. Wow. Like I said, this is an easy bunker shot. Uphill, and the ball will not roll much. It'll just land in just one little hop probably and stop.
Maggart tied for 3rd with Garcia. Gives him a good chance to stay there with Garcia behind him. So the par putt for Maggart, one of the unlikely figures to join in this chase for the championship this weekend. It will finish in the top 10 again at a U.S. Open. His 6th top 10 in the U.S. Open is the most of any player since 1990, along with Scott Hoke, who you saw finish up earlier. So forget about Rees Jones. Maggart's the Open doctor. And a round of 70 for Mickelson, even par.
Good playing on the weekends, 67-70.
And it'll be his 7th top 3 finish in a major, the most of any player in the history of the game who has never won one. So Mickelson keeps knocking on the door.
That putt did go left, John.
Yeah, he might have pulled it to get it going left, and then it broke left.
One hole left to wrap up his 2nd U.S. Open title. Just the 18th for Tiger Woods.
Look at the width of his shoulders and the shape that he's in. I mean, this guy is an athlete, strong one.
This ball right down the dead center of the fairway, John.
Going out in style, Roger.
12 of 14 fairways. 14 of 17 greens in regulation. It adds up to another U.S. Open title.
Check out where his eyes look. Just barely left, maybe 10 feet left of the target.
This ball starts at the left side of the green, really not cutting too much. Left center of the green.
Boy, he just keeps hitting those greens, Roger. He just clinically took apart this golf course, and he couldn't have shot any higher than he did, to be honest with you. This isn't a round that he had to scramble and gut it out. This was just ball striking personified.
Phil, yesterday at one point you trailed by 10 shots. You scratched, you clawed, you rallied, you came up a little short. Are you pleased at this point or disappointed or both?
I had an unbelievable day today. It was the most amazing feeling. It felt very similar to the 99 Ryder Cup, and I had such a great time today. I'm sorry that I came a little short, but to be able to compete for such a great championship was a wonderful feeling and a wonderful opportunity, and I certainly enjoyed it. It was very difficult when Tiger did not come back at all. So when he made a couple bogeys early, I thought that this might be a good opportunity. It was very difficult to make birdies out there, but I had a great time, and it was an incredible incredible experience.
I know you keep close track of what Tiger's doing back there. When you got to within 2 shots after the birdie at 13, did you think he might make a mistake?
Well, I thought that when I birdied 13 and got within 2, I thought that I had a very good opportunity. I knew I would need to make a couple of birdies.
Okay, Tiger's going to putt at 18 real quick here. Hang on.
Woods for birdie. Big slicing putt here by Tiger. Tough to get it inside 3 feet.
Back to you, Mark.
All right, Phil, quickly, what will your most vivid memory of Bethpage this year be?
I cannot believe the reception from the people here. It's been just tremendous, and the game of golf has certainly benefited by bringing this championship to such a wonderful venue that everybody can play. The anticipation for this event was incredible, and I don't think that it was anything short of what was expected. It was just a tremendous event, and everybody involved had a wonderful time.
Congratulations on a great performance.
Thank you.
Garcia.
Well, we've seen this putt, Roger, miss 9 out of 10 times, barely right.
Needs to sink this to tie Jeff Maggard for 3rd.
Yeah, it's a pretty big putt, money-wise. Yeah. Oh, that was such a good putt.
.74 for Garcia. He began the day 4 back. Tiger Woods halfway to the slam and his 2nd U.S. Open championship. And at Bethpage, he is now the People's Champion.
Well, the best player won. What can you say? And it's a phenomenal course, and to produce that, that's a mark of a great golf course when you can get really the right guys, number 1 and 2, finishing right there in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the 102nd champion of the United States Open.
Tiger, it's somehow appropriate that a man who learned to play golf on a public course should win the U.S. Open when it comes to a public facility like this. Congratulations. As was the case at Pebble Beach, you are the only man under par, but it wasn't that easy, was it?
No, it was not that easy. This golf course was playing awfully difficult today with the wind blowing as hard as it was. Phil got off to a great start, and he played well all day. And, I didn't get off to the greatest of starts, but I just tried to hang in there somehow, and it was going to be a long, tough day, and I was fortunate to come out on top.
When you think back on this week with all that's happened, with all this event has been, is there one image that sticks in your mind? What will you remember?
There's so many. One, I guess playing in the rain. I mean, it was absolute downpour, and then on top of that here, finishing in the dark with seemed like strobe lights were going off when I was putting. It was.
You've done that before.
I have done that before, and I like the results.
People will talk about the Slam. You have talked about just wanting to win any tournament that you enter. The historical significance is undeniable. Is that something that's in your mind?
Not right now, no. I'm going to celebrate this one and then have a good time. This one was hard fought. I mean, it was brutal how hard this golf course was playing, and the competitors this week put up such a great challenge, and you know, I would like to win the Slam. I've done it before, and you know, hopefully I can do it again.
Tiger Woods, congratulations, the champion of the 2002 U.S. Open.